a 3, a 2, a 1, action. Okay, limiting reagent. You have to do stoichiometry 2 separate times and then pick the lesser of the 2. What I do is, let's write our balance equation, H2 plus O2 yields H2O, 2, 2. So, I start with 4 grams of oxygen, 4.0, and 8.0. So, it doesn't matter which one you do first, you can pick and choose. So I just start with what came first, 4.0 grams of H2, 1 mole H2, 2.02 grams H2. My grams cancel, I'm left with moles. It's at 2 mole H2O, H2 for every 2 mole H2O. My moles of H2 cancel out, and I'm left with 1 mole of H2O, which cancel for every 18.02 grams of H2O, which equals 8 divided by 4 is 2, so it equals 36.04. And then I will do the exact same thing, but with the 8O2 instead of the H2. So I start with 8.0 grams, 1 mole, sorry, there's 32 grams of O2 for every 1 mole. Grams cancel. It's a 1 mole O2 for every 2 mole H2O. And then 1 mole of H2O over 18.02 grams H2O equals 8 times 2 is 16 times 18 divided by 30. Yes, divided by 32. 9. Which number is less? Is 36 or 9 less? So this is my limiting reagent right here. Because 9 is less than 36, I need to know how much H2 I used. So then I will do it a 3rd time. But this is what I will start with. I will take this number once I find the number, 9 gram H2O, and now what am I looking for? Since this is my limiting reagent, this is my excess reagent. I'm trying to figure out how much hydrogen I actually used. So now I am going to solve for H. So 18.02 grams of H2O equals 1 mole H2O. It's a 2 mole H2O for every 2 moles of H2. Then I go cancel, 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 cancel. 1 mole H2O over, sorry, I have H2. The molecular mass of H2 is 2.02 grams of H2. So if I go 9 times 2 times 2.02 divided by 18 divided by 2, is 1.01 grams of H2 is what I actually use. So how do I know how much excess I have? I take what I started with, which was 4 grams, 4.0 grams minus 1.01 grams of H2 equals, I have 2.99 rounded to 2 sig figs would be 3.0 grams of H2 left over. Remember, I have 2 sig figs here, so all my final answers should be in 2's. So I'll go back and fix them. 36, 9.0. And that is how you find limited reagents and excess reagent left over. Does anyone have questions about this?
So
Yes.
once you get the lower number, which is the limited reagent, you find the element.
Once you get the lowest number, you plug it in where you started with, and then you solve for the excess reagent. So the one that ended up with the highest number, go back and solve for that original. Instead of what's given, which is 4.0, you're going to solve how much you actually used. Any other questions about limiting reagent? Okay, we have, I know this is everyone's favorite. Okay. Let's say that I have 36% oxygen, let's say I have 36% oxygen, I have 4% hydrogen, and I have 60% carbon. How will I go about calculating the empirical formula? Do you guys remember my first step here?
You gotta change the
Change the percent to grams, so that equals 36 grams. 4.0 grams.
So you don't move decimal places?
60 grams. Nope. Just keep them in grams. And now what's my next step?
You want H2.
I want to find how many moles of each I have. So I'm finding the moles of oxygen. Oxygen equals 36 grams. What's the molecular mass of oxygen? 16. 16 grams for 1 mole. 36 divided by 16 is 2.25. So I have 2.25 moles of oxygen. Hydrogen I have 4.0 grams. Change that into moles, so 1.01 grams equals 1 mole, which essentially means 4 moles of that. And then I have carbon, which is 60 grams. Divide that by 12 grams for every mole, which equals 5 moles. So I will take every value divided by what? 2.25. So I would go 5 divided by 2.25, which equals 2.25, will go down to to 2 because it's close enough. But 2.25. This will equal, what's 1.78 equals 1. So pretty much I would just times every 1 by 4 to get whole numbers. What's my whole numbers? 4. 1.78 times 4 is 7. 2.25 times 4 is 9. So that will be O 4 H 7 C 9. And that would be my empirical formula.